In this day and age, the Father declares, I am your complete sufficiency. It is imperative that you make a decision to travel first class all the way through. For the purpose of granting you life and life in greater abundance, I come to you. When it comes to abundance, there is nothing underrated about it. Those who educate in a different manner are expecting you to carry a burden that they would not lift with one of their fingers. In order to spare you from the consequences of sin, I come to save you. As a consequence of following the law of sin and death, one will experience loss and become estranged from my kindness. The obstacle of sin was removed by me in the righteousness that was paid for on Calvary. This not only provided for your liberation from the burden of transgression, but it also provided freedom from the chains of the consequences that are a result of sin. I have made you free today, says the Father, and I want you to receive the freedom that I have given you. It is not a gloomy view at all. Things are starting to make progress. Prepare yourself for the best and you will get it. On behalf of you and everyone else in your immediate vicinity, you should reject anything that is less than what I paid for on Calvary. Your words should be adjusted so that they are in line with the vocabulary of lordship. However, you are not a victim. In light of the circumstances, you should not give up hope. I am your life and the one who bestows all your blessings upon you. Because of the work that I did on the cross, I took on every load so that you might live this life with a spirit of plenty and gratitude for the goodness that I have manifested in every situation, regardless of what comes your way. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, you are living out your life in a field of all possibilities that constitutes who I am living on the throne of your heart. You are in me, and I am in you, and there is no such thing as an impossibility concerning me. The roots of the fig tree that belongs to your adversary will eventually dry up. You will be thrust into the sea of its own incapabilities, which will result in the mountain of hostility that stands between you and the ultimate heart's desire. You are going to make a decree, and it will be brought about by the faith that you have in your lips and the creative authority of my word. This will produce a reality in your circumstance that is as if it were taken from heaven and brought down to earth. Allow your heart to be attuned with a sharp concentration on walking out the full measure of everything that is possible on this side of eternity as a result of the provisions that Calvary has provided. You are able to walk on water. In my name, you have control over all of the power that the enemy possesses, and my name is the lofty tower in which you take refuge as I make your adversaries your footstool via the power that I have spoken. During this day, walk in complete and utter confidence in your faith. In light of the fact that you have faith, you should be aware that everything is attainable and that nothing will be unattainable. Your dominance in Christ over every shadow of death, disease, or decline of any type is guaranteed by the same faith that provides you with redemption. It is imperative that you do not consent to the imposition of anything that does not stem from the cross upon your life. It is important to understand that I do not place any value on suffering, poverty, misery, or lack. The suffering is coming to an end, and recuperation is on the way. You are experiencing a reduction in pain, and comfort is enveloping you in its warm embrace. The absence of supply is disappearing, and in its place comes supply that is abundant, excessive, and more than you could ever ask for or imagine. Superabundance and increase are now yours. Keeping your thoughts and your heart focused on me, the Father says, This is the anticipation of heaven being extended into your life and manifested in your situation even today. This is the expectation that heaven has for you. In today's message, the Father declares, I am the God who has never planted anything sequentially. Your life is going to be filled with things that you had anticipated would occur sooner but are actually going to occur later. You may have anticipated that certain things would occur at a later time, but they will do so sooner. As a result of the fact that no one has ever been there before, there is no map for the location that I am sending you to. You will only find the coordinates of your closeness with me. There is no map to follow. I will bring you closer to me as you continue to track the intimacy that we have achieved. According to the Father, my deep is calling out to your deep. I am saying that even though you are reading the narratives of others who have gone on before and getting so heated up with their exploits, I am saying that they are not the frame of reference for where I am sending you. There is a distinct testimony that is specific to each generation. Within you lies the potential to act as a catalyst for change, and you are bringing this opportunity with you. You are currently in possession of a chance to establish a benchmark for the outpouring of my kingdom over the next 10 years. This opportunity is being presented to you right now. Hear the sound of my voice. Carry out the instructions that I provide you and go to the location that I direct you to. I did not impose any restrictions on what was feasible. Such limitations were imposed by people who have not yet entered the room and will not permit anyone else to do so. According to the Father, I am about to shake them. People who are pessimistic about the future will be shaken by me. The sky is not falling, the kingdom is coming. They will scream out, the sky is falling, but the sky is not falling either. As you draw yourselves away with me and listen to my voice, you will have the opportunity to take part in the process of the kingdom's arrival, and you will do so by responding with haste and obedience. In this day and age, the Father declares, I am your strength and your protector. Make sure that you don't allow anything distract you from the harvest. Take into account the fact that I am the God who is aware of the beginning and the end. Your duty is to pray out the unknown aspects of what you are going through, and I will decide the outcomes. I will take care of the responsibilities. At the time when your unformed essence merged into a baby inside your mother's womb, I was God, and I will continue to be God on the other side of the mountain that is looming over you. Unwind. Have faith. Put 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, and go on. In the same way that the waves and waters under Peter's feet carried him to my side while I waited on the billows, the turbulence and instability that you are experiencing will become more stable. Do not glance to the right or to the left, and under no circumstances should you look back, since my Spirit does not take joy in a person who looks back. The Father adds that now is the season for pruning, and you are going to feel it because when I prune, I cut to the quick in order to bring out life and more fruitfulness than you would have otherwise had. What kind of olive branch are you, a wild one or a tame one? You can discover your beginnings in me. Place your feet firmly on the vine that I am, and allow me to lead you to the place that I will take you. However, you were never in command. You have stated that, it is all up to me, but it was an illusion created by the adversary who was trying to wear you down and make you feel that you are all by yourself. You are not the only one. There is no exclusion for you. It is not up to you to figure things out on your own. I am exercising watch care over you with tremendous and sensitive mercies that are refreshed each day of your life because you are a valued child of a loving Father. I am watching over you. It is your share of the food. In front of you is the way that I have paved the way. You will not be let down if you accept it and go on to the next day because you will not be disappointed. It is not the absence of strife that constitutes peace, as the Father has spoken today. Rather, peace is a fruit of the Spirit. You are blessed with an abundance of grace and peace today, even the same peace that the apostles brought with them when they went out and preached across Judea and Galilee. When they entered a noble house, they were given the instruction to abandon their tranquility and leave it behind. They were to take their peace with them when they arrived at a house that was not worthy of their presence. My grace and presence are resting on your life on this day, and they are the tangible artifacts that manifest themselves. These are the graces that are surrounding you in order to carry you through every difficulty and every confrontation that you encounter. Remember this, says God, confrontation isn't detrimental. Confrontation is useful when it exposes the acts of the wicked one and removes the bonds of witchcraft and sorcery off of my children so that they can go free from every earthly entanglement. I will repeat it once more. I am your peace. When other people are breathing flames, you will be able to breathe easily. During times when other people are rolling about on the ground and gnashing their teeth, you will find peace and tranquility in my embrace. The Father declares that I will put an end to them and put an end to them. Fire will be my response to those who oppose you. In a sense, I will lure the adversary into the waters of the Red Sea, and they will drown in the place where you will walk across dry shod into the liberty that I make available to you. This is the wind that I blow, declares God. My wind is blowing, and I am carrying you out of the leeks and garlic of Egypt to a region where you will walk beneath the cloud of my presence during the day and follow the pillar of my fire during the night. Until you have completely crossed over the desert place into the place of promise that I promised to Abraham and his descendants, and similarly to you who have been born of faith, you will find manna on the ground every morning, and you will drink water from the rock that I am in your life. This will continue until you have completed the journey completely. There is a message from the Father that says, I am your helper and your high tower today. In my presence, you will discover your protection. It is important that you arm yourself and your intellect with my thoughts. Whenever you are confronted with a challenge, there is no need to search in any direction for a solution because I am the answer to all of your problems. You will not be saved by the arm of flesh, nor will you be saved by the counsels of those who are ignorant. I am your guide and the voice that is speaking over your shoulder saying, this is the way, walk you in it. You are not going to be able to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and overcome the challenges that are in your way for you to succeed. Go for the life. Pick the tree of life as your path. I am vine ing myself in your life, and I am branching myself in your life as you choose, as you make a committed choice to abide in me. Choose the life that I am on the inside of you, because I am becoming more and more present in your life. Set your face like a flint until I send you into the high places where only my voice is heard and only my counsels are available. When those around you select the tabernacles of man, you should do the same. According to the Father, you should not be terrified of their faces, even of those who are in opposition to you. You will not be perplexed, and you likewise will not feel ashamed of yourself. It is my voice that is guiding, and it is also my voice that is elaborating on what is going to happen next minute by moment. Because I am making the crooked path straight and raising you out of the mud of man's thoughts and even your own carnal thoughts, it is not necessary for you to have all the solutions to every twist and turn that is in front of you. I am providing you with my mind and my understanding. Be aware that I am supporting you. Be conscious of the fact that I am encircling you and that I am a wall of fire that surrounds you in the middle. At this point in time, both change and maturation are taking place. Out of the distractions that Egypt has to offer, come out of the leeks and garlics. You should keep your distance from the diverse crowd because they have not yet entered, and guess what this means? They will never do so. I will disclose myself to you and make known to you my wisdom as you walk with me along the journey. I will reveal my wisdom to you, even the secret wisdom that has not been exposed in centuries before, but which is now made obvious even in the middle of the conflict. I have given you the heart of a sojourner. In today's message, the Father says, I have established boundaries, measures, and authority inside of your life. According to the Father, there is authority in my kingdom, and I have appointed you to the roles of king and priest within a very particular framework of the limits that govern these roles. In the same way that I placed Adam and Eve in the garden to tend to and maintain it, I have placed you in your life to create and maintain my kingdom as well as to tend to and maintain it. I have surrounded you with heavenly protection and armed the angels with the swords that are blazing in order to make it possible for you to enter and exit the land and find pasture there. Jacob had a dream in which he witnessed these events taking place. The ladder crashed to the ground, and angels of God were climbing and descending on it. The splendor kingdom that Jacob could only catch a glimpse of from afar is the ground that you are born to as a child of the throne who was purchased with blood. Allow your mouth to pray, the Father instructs you. In tandem with the movement of your mouth, the mountains of obstruction that are looming before you also move. Just as I was with Abraham, I am with you at this moment. Those who curse you will be cursed by me, and those who bless you will be blessed by me. Those individuals in your life who obstruct, reject, or oppose my initiatives in your scenario and circumstance will be removed from your life. It is certain that the words they utter against you will be retaliated against them by fire. They will only bring about their own ruin through the activities that they conduct against you, just like Haman, who constructed a gallows for Mordecai and then hung himself from it. In the words of God, what will be done for the individual whom the king has chosen to worship? I will conceal you within my canopy, I will make you beautiful through salvation, I will kiss you with the kisses of my mouth, and I will bring you into the land where you are blessed, even on this very day. Today, the Father gives you the assurance that you are protected by me. The only thing that can put an end to darkness and prevent demons from approaching is my presence. Simply the fact that I am a part of your life is powerful enough to bring good fortune and blessings into your circumstances. Because of my presence, there is an odor that is present around you that some people find offensive, while others find it extremely appealing. The question, excuse me, what is that fragrance, that aftershave that you are wearing, will be asked to you by those who are completely unfamiliar with you. With a grin on your face, you will remark, it is himself. You will stroll past perils because my presence will illuminate them, and you will not be concerned about them. Others will scream and flee, but you will remain completely composed as you stand there with my hand on your shoulders, knowing that you are surrounded by an impenetrable shield of my glory and kindness in your life. Every morning, I will shower you with my grace and forgiveness. No matter what. As time goes on, the encroachment of the sinful nature is gradually decreasing, and the spirit of life that is found in Christ Jesus is gradually coming to the forefront of what you do and who you are. Never settle for a replacement. In the realm of spirituality, there are a great number of things that are not godly. Put forth the effort to understand the distinction between human charm and the anointing that comes from the throne. A significant number of my people are taking pleasure in the peculiar heat that originates from the egos and personas of men and women who are feeling proud of themselves. Once you are aware of the distinction, you should politely excuse yourself from their company and proceed to the hidden location. I will reveal my secrets to you in the secret location, and you will be able to take refuge in the secret place, which is the high tower of my name, where you will be nourished and shielded from adverse weather conditions. Come to the place where the deep calls to the deep, the Father says today. I will guide you to a place of worship that is one of a kind and completely unique to you. When you go to this secret location, you will discover the secrets that have been concealed since the beginning of the world and are now available for your benefit and blessing. This secret place is waiting for you. There are times when worship is not a communal experience. The purpose of worship is not always to be seen by other people. I am luring you away into the shadows so that you can have an intimate encounter with me that neither you nor anyone else can completely comprehend. In that location, I will have a conversation with you, and I will reveal mysteries that have been concealed and maintained as a treasure, and I will reveal them to those individuals who have chosen to isolate themselves in the spot where they are alone with me. It was at the appropriate time that I heard you ask me for this, and I have granted your request. You pleaded with me in your heart, "Is this the only thing that exists today?" Your voice screamed out, "Is there not any more?" I invite you to come away with me, says the Father. In this day, please make time for me. Because the urgent always works to prevent you from developing a deeper closeness with me, you should not wait for a convenient occasion to come around. When you are in that point of drawing away, the people around you will not be particularly interested in hearing about your experiences. It is referred to as the secret area, not because I have concealed it, but rather because very few people feel the need to visit it. According to the Father, you should pull yourselves away with me. This very day, I am the only one who can supply you with the waters of intimacy that you can drink from. Today, the Father has spoken to you that honor, order, and glory are making significant inroads into your life and circumstances. At this moment, the chains of man's opinion have been shattered, and my Spirit is launching you into the fullness of your destiny in me. Other people will not agree with you or comprehend your position, but why would you desire the honor that comes from man rather than the honor that comes alone from my throne? You cannot expect to ascend in me while also climbing the social ladder, says the Father. You cannot do both at the same time. Both popularity competitions and fashion statements are not something that my kingdom is particularly well suited to. The concept of acceptance in my advice is about becoming a trendsetter rather than following the trends that are now prevalent. You are unable to respond to others who look at your life and the choices you make and say, "If it were me, I wouldn't do it that way. You are also unable to be concerned with their insistence that you give in to their influence. According to the Father, I have commanded you to listen to what I have to say. It is possible that this will be a solitary experience, and it will. You will occasionally look around and say, I wish I had some company in this thing you have called me to do, Father. In response to that statement, I will tell you that you cannot be on the cutting edge of my purposes and expect to find yourself surrounded by a swarm of people who wish you well. There are people who are watching, the Father says. These individuals are among the multitude of witnesses who have passed on before you. Heaven's bleachers are filled with those who are rooting for you to succeed. The stakes are indefinite, and the reward that is in front of you is a crown that cannot be compromised. Many people have been urged to take the initiative and take the lead in this day. There are only a select handful who have consented to being selected. As the Father instructs, you must be faithful not just to the calling but also to the choosing. Pay no attention to either the right or the left. Taking care of the minor issues that could potentially slow down your development is something I will demonstrate to you. I am going to make it possible for you to gain access to the grace that protects you from the emotional damage that results from the rejection and derision of others who do not respect you because they do not respect themselves enough. The Father advises you not to pay attention to those who criticize you. On the one hand, you cannot listen to my voice while simultaneously listening to the words of those who are opposed to you and those who are doubters. At this moment, you must make the decision to restrict your hearing to only my voice. It is specifically my voice that will be the deciding factor in this situation. Today, the Father tells you that you have a great deal more impact than you are aware of. I have given you the power to bring about and alter the nature of the things that comprise your life. I have placed this power within you. I have provided you with the measure of faith, and the entirety of my word will decide the measure of faith that you possess to begin with. For you, my word is an expression of what I want you to experience and what I want you to step into. You are able to walk on water. I declare that you are a master of all the powers of darkness and all the demonic hosts in my name. I have given you the capacity to take the loaves and fishes that correspond to your limitations, break them, and miraculously distribute them to each and every one of your needs as well as the needs of every other person that you come into contact with. You are the source of my limitlessness. The right hand has the authority that I possess. Miracles are waiting for you to speak them, and the time to do so is now. Let yourself be influenced by the person that I am on the inside of you. Please not only acknowledge me as your Savior, but also bow down to me as your Lord. With the establishment of my Lordship in you, it will also be manifested in the world around you in the shape of answered prayer, signs, miracles, and wonders. Determine to have faith in this. You have the ability to make the decision to emerge from the shallows of religious culture and the inadequate interpretations of my word that were imparted to you in the past by the counsels of those who are not well informed. You are not the same as others. On the inside of you is where you will find the greater one. Because of the presence of my Spirit within you, you are so much more than the sum of the elements that make up your whole. Taking into consideration the words that I have uttered to you, the future is in your hands. There is no restriction placed on you based on your birth, your economic position in life, or the mistakes you have made in the past. Extend your wings and fly. Step outside. Since my kingdom is both voice-activated and motion-activated, it is imperative that you make the courageous choices that are required. You are free to make the next move now that the cross has paid for everything. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, not everyone will be as enthusiastic about what I am doing in your life as you are. There will be detractors. There will be some who disagree. Some individuals will argue that you must be a board-certified insane person. You will then be faced with a choice to make. Are you going to pay attention to my voice and respond to the unmistakable confirmations that I provide you with, or are you going to sink back down in your seat and be satisfied with not challenging the presumptions of religious mentalities through your obedience? I tell you, my beloved, that you should go forward and carry out the task that I have placed in your heart to carry out. A rationale and a logic that does not originate from man but rather originates from the throne have been provided to you by me. Permit individuals with a limited field of vision and a limited mental capacity to contemplate the impossibility of what you are doing. The fact that it does not directly benefit them is not something that they have much vision for. I have heard from the Father that this is a period of greatness. Even in this period of difficulty that you find yourself in, I am helping you to shine and even surpass everything that you have encountered in the days that have passed. I am igniting within you a holy ambition to grab the spoil and redeem the prey that the adversary believed he held secure, even though others may be in a state of survival mode. The Father tells you that you are going to be spending his money, and he is not going to take your money against your will. Get ready for a breakthrough in every aspect of the situation. It is time to get ready for the celebration, so get ready to throw a party. Others are rehearsing their funeral hymns, and they will gaze at you as if they are unable to fathom what it is that makes you so courageous. The Father replies, I have caused your eyes to see the many that are for you in the fight, and not the few, the pitiful few that are against you. I have caused your eyes to not see the few. At this very time, and at this very place, the promise that you have made will eventually be the promise that you keep in your life. I am sending my voice out into the world to fight the adversary that is present in your life, the Father says today, in this season. What the adversary wants is to have a target on your back, but you should be aware that with the persecution comes the return of 100-fold. I will be your protector in these matters. However, it is important to keep in mind that it is your responsibility to pay attention to what I instruct you to do and to comply. As you pay attention to what I am telling you to do and respond to it, I will make it possible for you to avoid the assaults that are prepared for you. The Father promises that He will direct and protect you during this time of transition. There will be pressure exerted on you to deny my voice and to deny a newly discovered connection with me. This will be taken into consideration. According to the Father, those who have provided you with guidance in the past will be able to observe that you are responding to my voice of guidance. There is no need to let yourself be sidetracked by the critiques or incorrect counsel of other people, even if they appear to have good intentions. It is inevitable that they will come to the conclusion that you are making fun of their power and authority. There is no point in making an effort to explain yourself or to make them comprehend. All you need to do is adhere to the advice that I have implanted in your heart. When you are unsure of something, you should not seek advice from people who are in the position of being contemptuous. My spirit is mocked, and my voice is denied by them. Despite the fact that they believe they have all the answers, they do not possess any wisdom that can be of assistance to you. In situations where you require clarification and confirmation, I will send it to you in a supernatural manner. At that point, you will be aware of precisely what I would like you to do and when you should do it. Until then, you should wait, rest, and have faith. You had placed a request from my direction, and in reality, it was occurring all around you. I have not been mute, nor have I just now opened my mouth. I have not been silent. It is my intention to open your eyes and ears so that you can discover the guidance and support that I have been offering you with all along. In today's message, the Father says, I am performing a pruning work in your lifestyle. Despite the fact that it will cause you to wonder, which is perfectly normal, you should not give yourself permission to doubt or fight what I am now bringing about, since I am not doing so for your detriment but rather for your blessing and advantage. Every branch in your life that is not producing fruit is being removed and thrown into the fire when it is destroyed. Depart from them. Even if you have put your time and affection in those situations, you have a feeling that you should have known better to begin with. Get rid of it. Depart from them. Exit the room and go to enter what I have in store for you. God promises that you will not be let down in any way. You are about to witness the sudden outpouring of what you have been waiting for years to experience, thanks to the fact that this is promotion season. You will remark that this is the work of the Lord, and I will say that it is wondrous in my sight. It is the Father who is saying, I am bringing a new quickening into your spirit. You are currently seeing the parched grounds of disappointment making their way into your life like a root emerging from a desert location. Your prayers have been heard by God, He says. My hand is bringing an overflow of goodness and blessings into your life, and those things that you have prayed for and even those things that you have simply thought about are in the process of coming into your life. I will keep each and every tear that you shed in a bottle and hold it dear in my eyes. My goodness is now answering every heartstring that has been pulled in deep longing, says the Father, because I will not leave you where you are any longer. I will not abandon you. There is a higher time coming up for this. As you align yourself in a place of surrendering in those aspects of your life that I am laying my finger on right now, your feet are emerging from the muck and being placed in a position that will bring about growth and advancement. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, You are who I say you are. You are telling a falsehood if you have any thoughts about yourself that are in direct opposition to what I have said about you in my word. Any picture from the past that you are holding to that originates from pride and self-importance must be rejected, renounced, and laid aside. This is not because I am taking anything away from you, rather, it is because of what I am adding to you of myself, my thoughts, and my spirit. In order to bestow onto you the complete measure of heaven's destiny, I am going through the process of purifying the path in your life. Let the chains be broken now, says the Father, by your readiness to comply, and associate yourself with the thoughts that I think toward you rather than any false ideation or concept. Let the chains be broken. With pride and arrogance, there are links to people and places that are ranked in the highest regard. My principles are looked down upon by them, and they shake their fists in my face. Now is the time to reject them, walk out of the room, and leave so that you do not end up participating in their judgments. Judgments are being handed down to cities. countries are being reprimanded not because I despise them but rather because I have a deep affection for them. At the same time as Lot was required to leave Sodom, you are aware, deep within your spirit, that it is time to leave certain circumstances and things. While it is true that it will be expensive for you, the benefits of not looking back will be more significant than you can perceive right now. If you obey the voice of my spirit, I will speak to you behind your back and say, "This is the way, walk you in it." And the recompense that you will receive as a result of your obedience will be very great.